Hey, I need to get these ideas out of my head. Um, this is all going to be very boring, but it's going to be productive for my brain, I'm pretty sure. I need to renew my passport. I need to update my license and registration. I want to go on to my utility, the website for my utility bill. I want to go on there. I have to respond to this jury duty. I have car maintenance to do. It's all a bunch of stuff I'm not interested in doing. And yeah, just trying to stay focused on that while really pursuing things like and if like understanding and learning about things like NFTs, cryptocurrencies, decentralized finance, blockchain technology. I'm just throwing out a bunch of buzzwords, but specifically, this game Axie Infinity, built on the Ethereum blockchain. This game has okay. Aside from having actual use case, which is like, I realized it's like the reason why I want to get started in blockchain to begin with, because if there's no use other than, I mean, Bitcoin is cool because it's a store of value, right? So, and it was cheap at the time back when I got in early November. But that was about the extent of that because I don't know, it was just like, oh wow, I made money because the price like jumped up a lot from November to January and then to March, touching 60,000, all the way from like 18,000. So I made money just by investing, and it was like a lot of money. So that I never had that experience before, so that was cool. Um, but Axie Infinity is, oh, so I was gonna say, I well, no, let me try and push out one thought at a time. I'm I was first contacted by someone asking me for a scholarship in that game, and I'm like, scholarship? What? And that was the reason why I looked back into this game, because originally I thought it was just CryptoKitties, a CryptoKitties clone, which is basically, they call it a game, but all you're doing is it's breeding them and collecting them and selling them. So it's a game in the same sense that breeding dogs and other pets is a game, which is really not a game, it's a business. I mean, some people when I think of game, I think of Final Fantasy, Nintendo, Xbox, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Minecraft, right? These are the kind of hot topic words that are games to me and to a lot of other people. And I think that there may be some people that would say, oh, CryptoKitties is a fun game to them, but that's not a game really to me. And so Axie Infinity was a game at first, but I guess it was at some time it was an only breeding style of game, and that was kind of why I turned away from it, because it was a CryptoKitties clone. But when someone asked me for a scholarship, like, wait, you want me to sponsor you in this game? Like, what's happening? What do you mean? And then I find out like people are earning like $10 a week, I guess, from playing this game. $10, $20 a week because of the small love potions, the SLP tokens, small love potions, SLP. And $10 of USD, United States dollars, 10 of those is a big deal for like foreign countries, like in the Philippines. And if you can make $10 a week USD in the Philippines, that's like playing a game. That's better than basic entry level jobs. Um, it's good enough that there's a whole movement of people from the Philippines that are asking for scholarships to be sponsored in Axie Infinity because currently there are no free Axies. You can't. It's a Pokemon style of game, and all the Axies are like Pokemon, and you need Axies to fight and to do the adventure mode and to do the PvP, player versus player. And so, but there's currently no free Axies, and they're kind of expensive right now. It's like $300 for one Axie, and if you're gonna fight in a PvP battle, you need three of them. And $300 actually is cheap. People are currently saying things like, "Oh, it's gonna be more like 1,200, 13, $1,500, like $500 Axies for good ones, I guess." I don't know. It's its own ecosystem. It's its own, what do they like to call it? Not domain. They have a name for it. It's basically, it's just they like this. They coined a name. Not that they are made up their own name. It's like a dynasty, division, I forget the name of it. Kingdom. It's a whole new universe to live in, right? Like a virtual world where literally even the shopping parts are gonna be like equivalent to like real life in the sense of like you're gonna have people who they're gonna try. They just want to get rid of them right away. You have like your yard sale folks who just want to sell you all their stuff for cheap because they're just trying to get rid of it, right? But then you're gonna have like people who are looking more carefully and closely at the market and understanding that the value of things, and they want to, they're gonna try and price value their Axies and other collectibles that are going to be coming in the game as well, because right now it's only Axies and items and land. And there's no use case for land right now, but that's in development also. So it's early. The game is early. And it should be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to playing Axie Infinity. I'm looking forward to getting plugged into an economy and an ecosystem and a universe, a digital virtual universe in some respect, and to just kind of immerse myself in that. That reminds me of things I loved as a kid. So I see myself naturally just enjoying that. So anyway, that's all I got right now. And I'm looking forward to future episodes, just kind of putting myself out there more and more, broadcasting. What else can I talk about here? I'm currently I'm on a lot of platforms right now, but I'm not exactly Like there's a part of me that's like trying to be public and just like this is who I am. Like, yo, what's up? This is Wes Sosa. How's it going? This is me. This is my life, right? But there's another part of me that's like, no, I'm not trying to reveal who I am. Like I'm gonna hide behind this alias and just kind of navigate and buzz around and check and lurk, check things out, lurk here, lurk around over there, creep around, blah 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 blah. Right? So it's kind of sometimes I feel a little. On the one hand, I feel kind of safe in the sense there's a certain security and safety about it. Um, Kind of you're just hiding. You're public but private. But on the other hand, it's getting darker here. On the other hand, I uh, I also need to just kind of put myself out there as well. So um, I don't know how long I want to balance that. I might want to continue that or not, or just like I don't maybe not make a big deal about it and just like just keep operating that way and let it unfold naturally. And for those people who catch it, they catch it, and I don't know. Having celebrity status should not be the is not the goal for me, but it's something that I feel like I feel like there should be some kind of however whatever the tier list is, right? I should be climbing into more of a public awareness on people's radar because that should be the result of and that's not the goal, but it's the natural overflow of what I'm trying to do out here, which is, just soak up all this free advertising. It's one way to word it, right? For anyone who's willing to just watch this video this far along, you could have turned off at 2 minutes, you could have turned off at 4, at 8. But here we are at the 12-minute mark, and if you're still here, thanks for sticking around, I guess, right? But I mean, I don't have much value right now to share other than really I was just trying to get things out of my head so I could talk and think and mentally move freely. So with that mental freedom, I want to talk about future plans. I want to talk about ORB, the Our Royal Blood community. This is the gaming community that I'm slowly building up, trying to establish brand recognition with. And I mean that's just that's just what it is. That's the simplistic version of what I'm doing. The same way I'm trying to build my personal brand, right? I'm trying to also build this. I don't want a company, like if I'm gonna keep company and have people around me and we are together in this thing, right? If I'm meeting people and we have mutual like things in common, that company that I keep around me, these people who are connected to me, I want us to have a brand that is a company brand, which is separate from my personal brand, right? I mean, this is all marketing business terms, but really it's just like I'm me and I'm gonna stay being me. I'm gonna keep on putting myself out there and my thoughts and my ideas speaking into the world and whoever gives me their attention, thank you. But at the same time, I'm also trying to align myself with a crowd of people because on the one hand, it's as simple as there's power in numbers. You know, the more people you can get into your group, into your circle, there's influence in that, right? There's also learning and education. You know, you can get first of all, being social is a benefit. It's an actual, like, it's like eating, it's like breathing, right? We need food, we need to breathe, we need to shower, we need to stay clean and do chores like brushing your teeth, or else, you know, there's consequences if you don't do these things, right? You don't exercise, you're not going to gain the strength. You don't eat right, you're not going to stay healthy. And if you don't socialize, you're going to get, like, you know, heart sick, right? You're going to have heart sickness. You're going to be mentally vulnerable. There's going to be a certain weakness to your character, a certain lack thereof. And so I guess that's it. You know, I'm just trying to figure this out. What it looks like to just keep flexing these, you know, flexing my vocal muscles, right? I gotta get all the bumps and I gotta smooth all the wrinkles out, right? Because I need this is just me just being boring and practical and not that entertaining, and just trying to brain dump here because I need to get all this stuff out of my head. I'm like talking to myself, right? But I don't want to be, you know, there's a certain flattery to, you know, there's a certain charm if I'm gonna be here and be like, yo, what's up, flexing, blah 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 blah, shine, ching ching ching. But I'm not really, like, my value like I just naturally value other people. Like, I just see the benefit in that now. Like, I haven't always. I would say I'm a lot more selfless now in this time of my life than in previous years. And, you know, maybe I can credit that to, I probably, you know, I don't know. Definitely, it's a spiritual journey thing. You know, I have a Holy Spirit Christian belief system residing in me now that I didn't always have, but I learned to pray and read the Bible and study it and comprehend things in it and pray and try to establish that emotional connection with the higher power known as Jesus. And I just believe now more than ever in that. So that's, you know, but that's like, you know, that's evangelistic and preachy, and it's gonna be true for me. It's not always Jesus, right? God. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or ignorant or neglectful, but I find that there's a lot of things I get naturally excited about. I do like to talk about Jesus. I do think and believe that I do desire that everyone can have a understanding of what life after death is going to be for them. But those kind of spiritual conversations and political conversations, you know, my belief system is different than than others, and I don't know how else to really. I mean, there's a lot of what, because I'm just recording a video, basically talking to myself with the idea I'm envisioning, picturing me communicating to people, but like I don't really feel like I have an audience in mind right now. So I'm just kind of spitting and just rambling. I mean, I have some people in mind, right? So like there's the ORB community. These guys are people that I played Clash Royale with. I was playing a mobile game, Clash Royale, and they I just connected well with them, right? Like, I was playing with them for years. A lot of these guys, the clan wasn't growing until I changed the clan location to India, because apparently India, in India, Clash Royale is a popular, fun, booming game, right? So the clan burst open, and we were frequently maxed out at capacity, and I met a bunch of nice people, and I connected with them, but that was one of the things. I was like, I took like a sabbatical, I guess you could say. Like I took a long break from gaming because I was on more of like a spiritual journey for a while. But when I came back to gaming, it was really back in with Clash Royale, which is it ended up being a game that I didn't enjoy that much. I actually liked Supercell's other game, Brawl Stars, a lot more. That's a lot more fun for me. But I stayed with Clash Royale, and I stayed with these guys because I just wanted, I was the leader of the clan and they didn't want me to leave. That's one aspect of it. But on the other hand, I really value them. I really like their friendliness and their willingness to stick with me, and their willingness to just be fun, happy, joyful people. And just sharing in kindness and sharing the love of the game. Having everyone busy in their own way with real life stuff, but having this kind of like idea in the back of their mind where it's like, yo, let's just stick around, stay together. Let's promote the community slowly but surely. Let's do business together. These kind of things, right? And yeah, it helps that I was the leader of the clan, and I'm also casting that vision and vocalizing that and texting that over and over again, my appreciation for them, and how thankful I am that they stick around, and for those who share my vision and connect with me, and they we're in constant communication over time, and like I'm just like, yeah, stick with me, please, don't leave, let's stay together. I'm slowly but surely working toward trying to understand what it's like to be a business person, and that's something that developed over time. And I actually have to thank the quarantine for that. When quarantine first started, and I lost my job and I was on unemployment, and I'm just like, I need to figure out how to work from home. And I did not like my job. I did not like where I was working, but I just kind of, I was just like going through the motions, accepting that this is the way work life is. Like, I don't know. I just had a lot of other stuff going on before then also. So, long story short, right now we're twice as long in the video length than I previously brought up. But I feel like this is good. This is good. This is helpful to me. I'm just gonna, this is just blah, 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 blah. about me. I'm really not that interested in me, And I feel like, generally speaking, a lot of people are not really interested in themselves. They already know enough about themselves. They don't really need to talk about themselves, I guess, right? I don't know. I just believe that generally people want to be good. They want to be like, like peace loving and happy and joyful and sharing in good things and kind and again, that's something that that took time for me to understand. I wasn't always like that, you know. And again, I'm going in circles here, but I credit I give a lot of credit to my spiritual journey of trying to understand what's written in the Bible. And then just putting my belief in it. And like, you know, the Bible emphasizes things like being loving and kind and joyful and peaceful, and these are things that are great. And I just cling to those things more and more as time goes on. The more that I come to love and appreciate and understand the importance of what it's like to live according to the priorities, because there's a lot of stuff written in the Bible, but the priorities where like love is number one, that's really cool. And I guess over time, I don't, you know, it's difficult. Not that I don't want to be loving to as many people as possible. I want that, but it's also difficult to be around people who just don't share the same values. So in a way, I led this clan, Our Royal Blood, the original naming of it. Some people like the name; they say it's cool. You know, I've had that response on a few occasions. But the original thought process, right, was just to honor Jesus, right, because he is our royal blood, and he's it was his blood that he gave up to pay for our sins. And these are things that are written in the Word. And I guess you know, if anyone has questions, I feel pretty adequate. Like I feel pretty capable and adequate in my understanding to be able to thoughtfully and carefully and accurately explain major Christian themes and ideas of Christianity. But that's just me. That's just it's really a part of my DNA. You know, before it was something that I had to intentionally and deliberately pursue. It was something that I wanted to believe in, and it was kind of, in a way, I guess I kind of feel like I don't want to say I was testing God, but I was putting my faith in it with the hope that there was going to be a return on investment. And the impact that pursuing Christianity and pursuing Christ, Jesus, has had on my soul and my heart, that alone is, I didn't realize how valuable that was. And there's a lot of people who suffer a lot of deep emotional pain, and it's hard. I remember being in really dark despair and just like feeling real deep hopelessness at times, and I never quite feel that way anymore. And I'm just like really thankful for that. But you know, at the same time, it's not like, I don't know, I don't see like, I don't have the impression, because I've been on social media for a lot and receiving a lot of people's opinions and ideas over and over and over, various kinds. I'm really into learning from Gary Vaynerchuk. I think his material is amazingly great in value. He just offers just relentless business education at at a like it's a premium. It's literally the premium value. He gives it all away. And that's like that level of generosity. Like this guy has, I've never heard him talk about Christ. I think he maybe mentioned God a couple times on some random posts in social media, just like, thank God or I pray or something like that, or but never talking specifically about like Jesus, right? But like some of this guy's values are, he in some ways he's more Christian like than Christians. Especially when it comes to being patient and being thankful and being generous. Uh, yeah, that's when I see someone who's just out there pouring out their heart and soul over and over and over again on social media, just spilling out all their best stuff and like being like, yo, imitate me. Let me show you how it's done. I mean, this guy, his story is amazing. Like, I think of myself, me as a kid, I was not money minded. I grew up with my parents working all the time, and the only emphasis they had on me was to get good grades. And then even that was not really an emphasis over time either. I I wasn't a good student. I wasn't a good business person. I enjoyed gaming a lot. I enjoyed the comforts of home and the things that my parents afforded me. But my story is really rather basic in that sense, where like I grew up with privileges and perks and comforts that are pretty, like, they're pretty average, I guess, in middle class America, right? But like we're really wealthy compared to a lot of the world, and like, especially like now, like that I've been connecting with these guys from India for so long, and I've been to Africa through a church organized event, and I'm super wealthy compared to the rest of the world, and it's pretty embarrassing. I feel like I have like nothing to show for it in some ways, other than I just got super lucky to be born to my parents. But then again, like, I've also heard this other saying where like you don't want to judge anyone else's struggles because everyone's got their own stuff, and I certainly went through my own stupidity, you know, mental health issues, stuff. Everyone's got their own stuff, right? And just because, other people think that, just because other people assume from the outside looking in that my life looks great doesn't mean it is. It had great moments, and it also had really bad times. But everyone's got that. Everyone's got that. So, I I don't want to paint myself like I'm something that I'm not. But I do want to be fun, and I do want to be entertaining, and I do want to provide educational value, entertainment value, social value, right? Because these are things where, like, there are some days where I'm just like, there are some days I don't want to be around anybody. There are some days where I really need someone else. I just want to meet someone new. I just want to have a new connection, a new bond in some way. There's a certain, I don't care if you classify yourself as introverted or extroverted. There is a certain joy and a thrill to establishing a new connection with someone, especially if they are kind, tender-hearted, loving, patient, peaceful people. I mean, that just feels good, like really good. So, um, yeah, uh, that's it. Like I said originally, I got on here because I just wanted to empty my thoughts in a way that felt good, and I think that um, This is helpful to me. I think this is helpful to me in getting. This is like another way. This is a different kind of way to be social and to share who I am as a person and give other people the opportunity to connect with me and to say, yo, what's up? Or to not say, yo, what's up? And to just either dislike me from afar or like me from afar, reach out or not. But there's a value to this, and I think that it's important to just kind of walk that trail and go where life takes you. And then walk that trail, go where life takes you. And then, people come and go, and those who want to stick around, stick around. And those who don't. And people make up their mind fast about you, and you make up your mind fast about others, and life goes on. So that's it. It's really nice to look at the rain. Yeah, I really like the idea of documenting everything, just like the chronicles. It's the chronicles. It's just the this is me, right? Like, this is the reality of who I am, my situation, the way I think, the way I talk, and that's it. Like, I don't know. I guess I spoke this long. I'm just kind of soaking in the moment. I'm thinking about the possibilities of the future, what future videos would be like, because I'm still just trying to get into this, to be more regular in terms of thinking like a content creator. And I'm really not. Like when the pandemic started and when quarantine started, and I was like home for the first time, searching up like how to build my business from home, right? I just need to work from home. Part of it was like, I'm a little scared. Like, I don't know how deadly this disease is, or this virus is out there. And that's how I found Gary V's videos. And I'm like, I had a lot of time on my hands at the time, so, which I kind of still do, pretty much. And I consumed a lot of Gary's content, and I was just like, this guy, I just love it. I just love it. I just love it. Right, and he gets a ton of praise, and he gets a lot of admiration. He loves that. And I'm not so sure that I love that. It feels nice, right? I can vibe with it. I can receive it. I can say thank you when I receive a gift, and I can react in a way that I think would make other people feel good. But it might be connected to like my belief system maybe, but like I don't want the attention on me necessarily, which is kind of like this feels like a double standard in a way, because I'm posting I'm making a video 40 minutes in now, and the whole point is me putting myself out there, and the attention is on me. But like, this is, I guess I'm just gonna wrap it up with this and say, like, this is like my declaration to be like, I my goal is to live on the internet and to be myself. This is a recording for now, but like in the near future, hopefully, I'm going to be like I don't want to say I don't want to say I'm going to record myself sleeping, but I've seen that happen. I've seen people record themselves sleeping. And it's just, you know, it's a sleep stream, right? And I guess people pay them for that. I don't know. Maybe if I'm gonna stick true to the full 24/7 and like show people where I sleep also. But like, I don't know. I also have like a cybersecurity like fear of like people geo tracking me. And like, I don't know. But like, whether I'm just like hanging out, trying to read and study and listen to a podcast, and if people want to like jump in, like, I'm listening to podcasts and I'm learning how like people are interacting with each other, and I'm gaining a lot of insight from a lot of smart people. But like, I'm listening to the way people communicate too. Like, I'm learning social skills just by listening to podcasts, which is weird for me to say it out loud right now, because I feel like the implication is like, like, I'm kind of like a hermit or something a little bit. But it's still valuable. So I now that I've called myself a hermit, I don't know what else to say, because now I'm stuck with the idea of, am I a hermit? Am I really a hermit? Why do I feel like a hermit? I don't want to be a hermit. I want to be like an ambassador. Actually, that's one of those like old like DNA embedded like an old sage puts his hand on your head and he's like, you have a great calling. I see. I don't want to be like fortune telling, but like, I don't know. But like, being like an ambassador for life after death, right? That's like my main thing. That's at the core, like the super duper deep in my core, Casado, chest thump core. And then like the extension of myself are outside of that core is like, I'm a gamer, I'm a party lover, I'm a fun loving gaming happy person, or that's what I want to be, right? I guess I'm not always in tune with myself. But that's my goal. So that's a lot to say, and I'm not going to audit this. I'm not going to post delete later. I'm just going to put it out there and let it roll, and whatever good may come of it comes of it. And I have a little notification saying it's web development time. Like, I need to be learning how to code. I want to learn technical skills, but putting myself out here is like, this is like, I'm improving my social skills. And as weak as this entire video is, as weak as it is, it's still authentically me. And it's the journey, it's the progress. It's I'm embracing the journey and the progress. Everyone has to start somewhere, and if someday in the distant future this is helping someone just kind of be like picking them up off their mental depression, then, you know, this is good, right? It's helping me, it's helping others, hopefully. That's the goal, right? I want to be valuable to others. Whoever provides the most value wins, right? I got a ton of Gary V isms in my head because that's just some old school wisdom that he has. Like God just gave him a good heart, you know. I mean, everyone's got their own DNA, right? And I don't know. God gave LeBron James basketball skills. He gave people art skills for NFTs and the wherewithal to be persistent for 5,000 days and get noticed and be the third highest paid artist alive, a living artist. So that's all cool and stuff, right? And God's grace is just generous to everyone, and everyone is gifted in various ways. And it's not just natural talent. There's a lot of work ethic involved as well, I guess. But like, I feel like that's where like the social aspect comes in, because it's a relentless combination of social and technical skill pushing forward in a direction that you are being deliberate about. And I guess I'm gonna just leave it at that, right? Put yourself out there in a way that feels comfortable, in a way that feels good, but don't slack on that. Keep putting yourself out there. Keep putting yourself out there. Even if you're just so in your head quiet, keep putting yourself out there. Because that's gonna be, the more you practice that, and even if you're hiding behind an avatar and your default picture is an anime and whatever, right? Just put yourself out there, whether you're recording yourself audio, whether you're editing a video, putting that together, or you're just writing words on Twitter because you just tweet away, right? Just get into the habit of doing that. Even if you're not seeing the kind of attention that you would like, because everyone likes some attention, all right? Getting attention feels nice, but even if you're not getting it, at least you're practicing putting yourself out there, even if it feels very feeble and small, and you know, the big grand scheme of things is way huger than you, right? But sometimes it just has to be that, like that. And actually, in a way, if you always stick to that, I think you'll always be in a good place, because you don't want, if you start getting a lot of attention and you let that get to your head, that kind of messes with people in a way that's not really, I don't think it really benefits their heart and soul in a way that keeps them kind and humble and patient and happy. But I mean, there are some real OGs. I just watched The Rock on TikTok and Chance the Rapper and Lizzo, and I mean, these people are just, what's the word? They have main character energy. You know, they are no one's sidekick. They are the star. And that's just great showmanship, and that's a skill in itself. And I did performing on a church stage and singing and things like that, and maybe I'll get back into singing too in the future, but you know, that's a skill all on its own. And you know, speaking of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I mean, what a star, right? This guy is such a mega performer. Casado can testify, my man Steve. Which, by the way, I'm gonna be going to his place soon. We're gonna be watching, not God of War, Godzilla versus King Kong, and we might watch that new DC movie also, and something else that I can't remember right now. Godzilla, Kong, DC. There was something that we were gonna probably watch before that, but it's all stuff that he really wants to watch, which is cool. he's living his best life now. He's living his best life now and doing his thing, and he's like, yo, whoever wants to be part of what I'm doing, you're welcome, right? So that's a homie. I like to get connected with a homie, but we're not on the same page. We're not doing the same things necessarily. He's comfortable with his job, and I'm trying to start a business from home. Like I'm over a year on this now, practicing this for myself, and this is what I don't think I'm letting go of this. Like I think I'm set up right now in a way that feels like I'm gonna be able to sustain myself for the next couple years at a minimum. Let's say even 5 years. Like I have a 5-year plan here that is gonna be like nothing. Here goes another Gary Vee quote. Nothing good's gonna happen for 5 years, and then something's gonna pop off. And that's like, I believe that, right? If I'm persistent and patient and making the right steps day by day and going in that direction that I want to go, right? Although Casado doesn't have crypto interest now, maybe he will in the future. I could try, when I see him soon, I could try again chatting with him about if we're gonna, talk about Bitcoin, or I don't know. He's a gamer, but he's into he likes his, like, if there is a Godzilla versus King Kong NFT, maybe I can set him up with a cloud wallet and put a little digital collectible in his cloud wallet, right? That might be the start of his journey. Because I would like the people who I care about, my friends and stuff, like I want these people to be interested, relatively interested in the things I'm interested in, and the more that we share common interests, the more that we can just like stick together and work on the same things like that we enjoy, right? Because if we don't enjoy the same thing, it's not really. It might be fun for like a social gathering to just chat about like, hey, what you up to? I'm up to this. What you up to? You're up to that. And then we're not really in sync, and it's like, yo, that was cool. It's nice to know that you're doing that thing, and maybe there's a possibility of networking somehow, but like, if it's not related, it's not related. So you just move on with your life, right? So keeping those like close social connections, the people who I already have, and sticking with them, and then like, that's important to me, but also meeting new people and putting myself out there and just being like, imagine like this ORB community. Like, if anyone played World of Warcraft, if you didn't play World of Warcraft, you're not going to get this analogy, I guess, but you have to imagine like Orgrimmar, right? And you go into the inn and there's someone at the front desk, right? So, I mean, I guess you can layer it on top of going into a hotel. And our ORB hotel is just like a giant mansion. Actually, it's a huge resort. Let's call it the ORB resort. And I want to be at the front desk. Like I don't want to be the ticket person, because I want to be in front of the ticket people, literally like the greeter. Like, even if it's like a Disney themed park and I'm dressed in a Mickey Mouse costume, but I'm gonna talk though. I'm not just gonna be a silent, like take pictures with me. No, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be scribbles. It's gonna be me here. And it's gonna be me out front, and I probably should get like some costumes and fun stuff to wear, have a little gimmick or whatever, just for the fun of it. Like, yo, welcome to ORB, right? Because I want to have like, when you go to that park and you see people in that uniform or whatever, the clothing kind of represents like, oh, yo, look. And anyway, all that to say, like, I'm not even in front where the ticket people are. I'm in front of that. I'm up in the parking lot, literally walking around chat with people like, yo, come on in. What are you waiting for? Oh, you can't get in? Oh, yo, let me give you these free tokens. Yo, here's a ticket for the day. Enjoy yourself, have fun, you know. And I want to, but I'm not just out here just giving handouts, right? Like, I want to get to know you. Like, what's your story? Let's chat, let's talk. You know, what's life like on your side of things? You know, and we're in the words of Joel. What's your? How did he say it? He's like, he got it from somewhere else, but it was like, I'm weird in this way. How are you weird? And that's it, right? Here's my weirdness, and I'm gonna talk about the things that make me me, and then you share your weirdness and the things that you think are weird about you. And surprisingly enough, we're probably gonna like each other because what our society calls weird is actually pretty likable for the most part. So, peace.